Hello everyone and welcome back to Stylish Niger YouTube channel. Okay guys, so in today's video I'm going to show you how to cut and sew a skirt with this trendy pocket. So you can see this is a very beautiful pocket design. So at the end of the day, this was what we actually did and it came out really fine. So you can actually use any skirt pattern of your choice. Okay guys, so this is the fabric that I'm going to be making use of for this tutorial. So that's my Ankara fabric and then the fabric that I'll use for the skirt. Okay, so like I said earlier on, you can actually use any skirt pattern. You can use a flare skirt, you can use a long skirt, you can use a short skirt. So just choose your own skirt pattern of your choice that you are going to be making use of. So for this, I'm just going to go with a short skirt pattern. Okay, so I'm trying to notch the back of my skirt and then open up the zip allowance area, and then at the end of the day, so like I said, use any skirt pattern of your choice. So we're going to be working with the front part, so we'll keep the back piece on the side and then work with the front piece. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to measure my waist measurement, so because you need it, so that is how to gauge where your skirts, where the pockets are going to be. So that's my waist, my actual waist measurement. That's from one end to another. Okay, so what I have there is just like the stitching allowance. So from that edge I'm going to measure 2 inches. Okay, so I'm just trying to adjust the camera. So I'm going to measure 2 inches. That is, I'll come in by 2 inches. So that's where my pocket is going to be and the facing. Okay, after marking it on that point, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to measure the length of the pocket. That's how long I actually want it to be. So for this, I'm going to use 7 inches length. So after marking the 7 inches, the next thing, I'm just going to create a curve from that top part to the down part. Just connect the two lines together like that. So after connecting it, okay, I'm just trying to highlight it more. Yeah, so remember that part is allowance part. So the next thing now, I'm going to cut that off. So I'll cut that off. So this is what it looks like after cutting off. The next thing now, we're going to create the pocket. So in creating the pocket, I'll just get in another piece of fabric. So I have about the length of what I have, it should be longer than what you cut. So the wideness that I'm using here is about 12 inches, but make it longer. I realized mine was a little bit small. Okay, so the next thing, I'm going to fold. So you fold the fabric into two, so you can see the way I folded it, and then bring the folded part inside, and then the other part that is not folded, that's the part that is not joined together, that part that is open, and place it like that. Just fold the fabric into two. Like I said, use a fabric length of like 10 inches, and then the width should be like between 14 inches. I used 12. 12 was too small. Okay, so you can see. So and then the next thing now, I'm going to cut that part, but don't cut the second one. You place them like that and then cut open. Okay, so just use it to trace the edge of the pocket like that. So the next thing now, I'm just trying to bring that, so I'll use it to cut the second one. So you can see, you place it flat. Now, so you see the fold I was talking about. You place it, before you cut it, place it folded together. That's why I had to reshow it again. Place it folded together like that and then pin. You understand? Then before you trim out the front one from it. Okay? So the next thing, I'll take that part that I trimmed off and then I'm going to place it on my Ankara fabric that I want to use for the facing. So put that length into consideration. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down to about 10 inches so that it will make sense, so that I will not make it just to be too small. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm trying to cut out a piece of fabric of 10 inches long and then about 6 inches wide. So that's what I did. I just placed, you can see the pocket, that the part that I cut out, I placed it on it, and then I'm just going to navigate a curve. Just navigate a curve. You obviously, you can see it is longer. Like I said, the pocket, what I cut out was 7 inches, but my fabric that I cut out, I'll use for my facing, is about 10 inches. So I'm trying to trim it nicely. So I'm cutting the two together. So after cutting everything, this is how it's going to be. So now we're going to go and stitch that part. Okay, so you can see. So now let's teach. I'm going to explain it as we go along. So just take a good look at it. It can be confusing, but if you take a look at it properly, you will see that it is not something that is difficult. So I'm going to take, so that my, you can see my fabric piece, that's the pocket piece is open. So that's the straight part. This is the curved side of my of my pocket facing. The other part is the straight side. So you can see I'm placing the straight side. I'm placing the straight side on, just place it flat. Make sure the curved side is inside. And then I will navigate the pocket, the edge of the pocket. Note that the other fabric of the pocket is inside also. Okay, so all of them, they are placed together. And then after everything, I'll trim that part out now. After trimming out, I'm going to show you guys so you see how it looks like. So I'll turn, so you can see my fabric piece for the pocket is flat. It's not folded again. So now I'm trying to bring that part inside. So I'm going to use this second one again to re-explain it to you guys. So you can see that's the round side, that's the straight side. So you place it like that. Let that straight side, is the straight side is the hip side, and so place it straight, and then you can see that pocket. After that, I did not fold it again, I opened it up. You understand? Because if you cannot fold it and stitch it. So the next thing now, I'm trying to adjust, to just adjust my machine. So like I said, that curve, now you navigate the curve, just sew the curve around like this. That's the pocket curve, you sew it around and then you cut it. So the next thing now, we're going to iron. So it's ironing we're going to do. So the first, so this is the first one I did. So now I'm going to flip the facing outside now, and then I'll use my pressing iron to secure it. So that's what I'm trying to do now. So we stitch it from the inside, so you flip it and out now to the right side, and then use your pressing iron. So you can iron interfacing like hairstay or gum stay on your facing. But if, since I'm using a good quality Ankara, I did not need to iron anything. It is stable and thick. Okay, so I'm just trying to iron it to secure it down on the right side of my fabric now, of my skirt rather. So this is the second one. So now I'm trimming this one. I've not trimmed it before. So after trimming, I'm just like repeating the process again. After trimming, what I'm going to do, I'll now flip it inside. So I'll bring it inside like this and then iron them down. So after ironing down, so like I said, the fabric that I used was about 5 inches. So that's why you need enough fabric, that's the wideness, so that you'll be able to manipulate it. So the next thing I'm going to do now, so I'm trying to set the camera. So the edge, so I'm trimming that part, okay? So that's what you can see, the pocket is laid flat. I've not folded it. When you flip it back to this side now, it will form the pocket for you. Okay, so the next thing, on the edge of my facing, I'm going to fold it in and then use my pressing iron to secure it so you can see. So I'm trying to fold it in nicely. So you can see I'm trying to fold it in, and then I'll take my pressing iron, I'll press it down. So literally what you do here, when you sew it from the back, you now fling it to the front, if I'll use that word. You will now bring it to the front. So when you now bring it to the front, you will now curve. You know that curve now. You now follow the curve. You now be bending it. Just be bending it inside like that, so you can see. Just be bending it, and then use, as you are bending it, you will be using your pressing iron to secure it, and then make sure that the two of them, they are the same. One is not bigger than one is not wider than one. So you can see I'm just trying to press it inside, okay? So after pressing it, This is how it will look like. So the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to secure it down. That's that edge. That's when you bring it to the right side. Now you now stitch it down. Just use a clean stitch to secure it down. And then I'll do the same thing to the other side. Okay. So now we're going to close our pocket now. So when you now take your pocket, you fold it back inside and then bring it this way. So I'm going to use the second one to show you guys in a more detailed way. So you can see, you can stitch it. You can just stitch it, or you turn it from inside and stitch like that. So you can just stitch it. So you can see what I was trying to say. You turn it like that. So when you take that part, you notch it, and then you turn it in from the inside. You will stitch it. So when you are doing it, you will see it by yourself. You will understand more what I'm talking about. And then you notch it, and then you just open it. So when you do that, you turn it. Once you turn it in, you will see that on its own the pocket will just form. You can see so you can make it deeper. So my 7 inches, the fabric I cut that was 12 inches, I found out that it was not long enough, so you can make it longer. So I'm just trying to secure all of the edges of my of the pocket on top of the front piece. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm just trying to place everything very well, and then make sure that it is well done like this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now, I'm trying to trim this out. So we're going to I'm going to bring the back piece together so we can work on the back piece. So for the back piece, I'm going to join my back piece. So join my zip allowance for my back piece. I'll just join it. So like I said, if you are using a flace skirt, any skirt pattern, even for a trouser, you can still do this. Follow the same process. If you want to make it for a trouser, a jumpsuit, is the same process. Nothing, no different. There's nothing actually different. All of them are the same. Okay, so the next thing, I'm going to take my measure all of my skirt measurement. That's my waist measurement. Use your own applicable measurement. I'm not using any particular measurement for this. Measure your waist, your hip. That's where you are going to close your skirt from, and then just give it the regular shape. And then you take the front piece like this. So you take your front piece, and then you join your skirt on the side like that. So after joining, so you can see I've I've ironed. So at the end of the day, you can see how this actually looks like. So it came out fine. So like I said, use any pattern of your choice. So at the end of the day, just follow the process, and then you'll be able to make the skirt and this facing pocket. So thank you so much. If you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.